We are a few weeks into the NBA season. We're back tapping in as the NBA Cup returned last night with some new courts and some competitive games. But the story for the day for me, Black man, is Klay Thompson and the Golden State Warriors. He returned back there last night after playing 13 years and being a foundational piece of their dynasty. What did you think, Black? Man had 22 points, hit 6 threes, played real well, but obviously the light skinned assassin, he struck at the end and he sent them the week like he liked to do. What you think of last night in Golden State, Black?
Man, I thought it was dope. I thought Golden State put on a show for Klay Thompson for them to have as soon as he walked through the door, the whole staff
Yeah.
standing there cheering him on. The captain hat was dope. Everybody
Captain Klay.
saluting them, taking off their hats, saluting them. I thought everything about it was dope. I thought Klay came out and played good, played well, man. I felt the energy got him into the game, and it was a great game. Like I loved everything about it. The court, the way they played, both teams. It was a good game, and I enjoyed tonight.
Were you as surprised as I was when Steph got a little animated at the end after he made the big shots and he got in the camera face and kind of screamed in the camera, like straight looking in the camera? What did you think of that?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I wasn't surprised. I feel like him and Clay Bond can never be broken. You know what I'm saying? They splash brothers. I feel like if that was me and you, like if you come in, you hit all them threes and do
Yeah.
your thing, you gonna talk your shit. And if I'm in there dunking that thing up and I win the game, I'm gonna talk my shit. But it's nothing towards each other. It's just shit. I wanna beat my homeboy. I wanna spoil his celebration. So that's
Yeah.
something we can talk about with our kids and grandkids later on in the years.
On the Mavs side, bro, they lost the last 3 games by 3 points and under.
Yeah.
Because it looked like they confused again on who taking the last shot. What you think of that?
I don't think that's the case. I think that's just the just how the coin fell on that side. I think the Mavs are built for series. One game is
You
like
could
nothing
catch
to
them.
them. I think they are serious. They break you all the way down and they beat your ass in the series. So
I
you
feel you.
went in there by that 3 points or none of that. That's not that. I don't expect the Mavs to be the best team or have the best record in the NBA or in the West. What I do expect them to put themselves in a good position in the playoff and run their ass on down and run their ass on off.
Mm. Okay, well let's head out east because last night the big fella Joel Embiid returned. He came back against the Knicks. Tough game. They lost 111 to 111 to 99. Sixers sit at 2-8, bro. Big fella, 13, 3-5. You could say he looks sluggish, or I don't know, whatever. Big Cat Anthony Towns, 21, 10, and 6. Like what you see in the game right there?
Yeah, I just felt like he knocking the rust off. He haven't played for real in about a month or two. Uh, I felt he came in, gave some good minutes. Adding Paul George, losing guys. They got a lot of new guys added to the team. They got your guy from overseas. They just added Drummond. They got PG. Maxi is out. They got the rookie McClain that played fairly well last night. They just got to figure it out. I feel like, hopefully it's just the first month of the season. Hopefully they figure it out. Guys get healthy, and I don't see them going nowhere. I still see them being in the mix by the end of the year.
How you feel like about looking at getting your first look at PG and MB together? I felt they look, they look like once they get a rhythm, big fella get his conditioning up, they gonna be formidable, man. Because PG looking like he coming off that thing shooting it real well.
Yeah, I gotta see PG. I want to see how he fares with a big man. A lot of times the superstars that he play with be mostly guys that's on the wing with him and so
Yeah,
forth on. So I just want to see how he adjusts to playing with a big man, how he adjusts to playing with a dominant big man like in B. But I'm excited to see. Like I say, I'm not really grading them or judging them right now. We only 3 weeks into the season. It's a long, long season. Like the Super Bowl ain't came yet, so we gotta wait till the Super Bowl and All-Star game to come to really see what these guys' identity really looks like.
Right, right. So we got the NBA Cup just came back. Well, it's back this year now. Last night was the first game of it. What you think of the courts, bro? The courts and the games are super competitive. I was in the house last night in Orlando. I feel like we got one of the more mild courts. We didn't go crazy with like a whole blue or a whole anything. It's like kind of gray and it looks it's close to a regular court, but I think it's nice. What do you think of all the courts and
Oh,
stuff,
I,
bro?
I love the courts. I love the jerseys. When they how the jersey look on the court. This one I'm looking forward to, man. Like last year, that cup, them games, all the games were super competitive.
Yeah.
Like this year, it seems like yesterday, every game that you seen on TV or you seen a highlight of was super competitive. And I like it. This is the second year in it. I expect nothing less. And I think guys really want to win that cup. You know what I'm saying? They gonna at least try, and then they might dial back once they figure that they don't have a chance. But man, everybody look like they into it and they ready to go.
So I agree. So with that being said, who you got winning it then? Who you got winning the cup this year? Obviously the Lakers won the first inaugural one last year. Who you got winning this year?
Mm.
Real early, but I want a prediction. I got one.
Mm.
With the way I'm looking at these teams starting off early, man, I'm going either OKC winning it or the Cleveland winning it. Because them
Mm.
two teams right now are out the gate. They looking like they totally in sync. Even though they just OKC just lost Chet, I think Hartenstein should be back fairly soon, and he could kind of fill that void because everything else, even with them missing him, though, they put Lou Dort at center and was out there. Everybody under 6'6", looking like the Westinghouse team from the Red West in Chicago when I was coming through. But like they hooping. I like this team.
I would have to say, to throw something in the hat, I feel like, man, Golden State
Ooh.
look like they're playing good. I think Golden State might come out the West, and I think in the East, I agree with you with Cleveland, man. The type of basketball Cleveland is playing right now is amazing to watch, man. And
Shout out Kenny Atkinson,
it's
man. Coach Kenny A out there getting it done.
yeah, it's they putting it all together, and it seemed like it's a group effort, led by Donovan Mitchell, of course, but I feel like it's a group effort, man. All of them look good. Darius Garland look like he's found his love back. He's aggressive, you know. Everybody look good. Mobley, everybody look good. So I go with Golden State and Cleveland.
Which team would you say has had the most disappointing start so far this season for you?
I would say the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah.
Like Milwaukee,
3-8 right now.
yeah, just looking at them, man. You see games where Giannis and Dame will have 40 and 30 together, or both of them have 30 together, and somehow they just don't win the game. And I think it's team, it's coaching staff, it's organization. It's just something's wrong over there. I can't pinpoint it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the guy to go and get all the information, but just from the outside looking in from afar, something's wrong, something's not clicking, or something's not going right. And in a minute, somebody got to get the blame. Like it's just inedible. It's just the reality of it. And you just fired a coach that was 31 and 13 a year ago. uh your coach now, you basically really can't fire him. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame it on the coach. You kind of got to go through it. So somebody's finna get the blame very soon. It seems like, unless something turn around and get going.
You think this gonna impact Doc's legacy as like, a coach? Like a lot of people saying whatever, that this may be his last shot if he can't get this to work and all of that. Like, what you think about that take?
Doc is, some say he's a Hall of Fame coach. Um it's tricky. Like I don't know, but it definitely it go on the stat sheet. You know what I'm saying?
No, this is I don't, I'm Hall of Fame and all of that stuff is above my pay grade. But when it comes to, if I my opinion on this, if I think it's gonna be a big hit if he, if he can't get them, at least to compete for a title, like get to the Eastern Conference Finals or at least the finals or something. Like it does. I'm not saying he absolutely has to win it and it's a failure because that's tough. But I mean, he got a 3-8, looking how they looking and things looking, people looking around. You got Giannis in the post game saying some of the things that he's saying, and like you say, things don't look right. And when things don't look right, we've been around this long enough to know that something's gonna happen, and somebody gotta, like you say, take the blade from it. Tell me about this, bro. Like when you take it, like now we got hindsight 2020,
Mm-hmm.
the Dame Lillard for Drew Holiday trade.
Yeah.
To me, it appears that set them back.
You could say that, but
We gotta keep it in
nine
context.
times out of 10, I would have still made that trade. Like we can't predict what the future is. I would have made that trade. Now Drew going to Portland and then he get traded to Boston. Like
We got to think about what we know about the trade though. Like the whole time, the from the public perspective, Dame wanted to be in Miami. He wanted to go to Miami, and that was supposed to be what was going to happen. And then remember, Milwaukee swooped in out of nowhere and was like, "Boom, bang, ping, we got the trade done." And everybody was like, "Oh wow, this came out of nowhere." Like Dame and Giannis, like that should be great. But like I don't know why it's not working. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, and at this point, it's astonishing too because that was last year where you had them not really playing that necessarily well together. Now, Dame averaging 26, Giannis averaging 30. So it's like, what is it's not that. What's going on?
yeah, this just like I say, 9 times or 10 times out of 10, I would have made the trade for Damian Lillard. No disrespect to Drew Holiday. We didn't think
Never that.
that Drew Holiday was gonna go to Boston and be over there with their guys. He was the perfect piece that missed. We thought he was still gonna stay in Portland, and Boston didn't have that.
Yeah,
But
nah,
but
definitely.
like I would still made that trade. Now I think it's in this era, not like in our era. Like man, in our era, a guard and a big man was a combination. It was a big thing. In this era, it's not really like that. You know what I'm saying? Unless the big man is a 3-point shooting type big man. So I think that's has something to do with the era that we in. The big and the small really don't mesh as much. And I just don't know like why it's not working.
Yeah,
I looking back on it now from this day, I kind of wanted to see what Griffin was going to finish, how he would finish that season off of what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
I wish they would have if they wanted to do that, let him finish the season off. Then you going to get Doc during the summer. But I kind of wanted to see what he was doing. He was 31-13. Like 31-13, you win you 9 more games, you definitely in the playoffs.
yeah.
like
That's gonna continue to be a puzzle. Let's talk about these undefeated Cavs, bro. They 12-0. They gotta be the most surprising team for everybody, being undefeated at this point. And they basically got the same roster they had last year. I mean, obviously guys are healthy, but then you got Coach Kenny Atkinson is probably the biggest difference you could point out. Like, are the Cavs for real, bro? At 12-0, are they a legitimate threat to the Celtics out east?
yeah, I think they for real. Will they beat the Celtics in a 7-game series? I still have the Celtics in that series, but I think they for real. I think they done played with each other for a couple of years now. They kind of know each other. I feel like the system that the new coaches has implemented is everybody's happy in their role. That's what it looked like these last 12 games. They know what to do. They know what everybody do. They know everybody weaknesses on the team. They know everybody's strengths on the team. They look good. I think they definitely in the mix. when you play that much and you got that much chemistry with guys, like it's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's showing on the court. I'm happy out of everybody I'm happy for Darius Garland. Because
Hooping.
everybody give him his prop,
Hooping.
but these last 2 years, it just seemed like he just wasn't finding what everybody know that he can do. But
Yeah.
looking at these last 12 games, it flows with everything that the Cavs got going on. And I'm just happy for him because everybody know and I know that he's a baller.
Yeah, that boy cold. That's a fact. Tell me this, bro. Out west, you got 10 teams over 500.
Mm-hmm.
Out east, it's like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Like I was looking at it last night at the game, like what is going on out east? And it's like some of the good teams are down under, but like when you look out west, is it back to the wild wild west to where the West run the NBA outside of obviously the Celtics,
Oh
the,
yeah,
the
it's been like
defending
that for the
champion.
last couple of years. It's been like that. That ain't that ain't no secret. Like it's been like that. The West are 10, maybe even 11 strong. You know what I'm
You got
saying?
them Rockets creeping in at 5. I see
Like
you,
man,
E
shout out
May.
to Ime
I
Doka. You
see
know what I'm
you, E
saying? Got them
May.
boys playing, but like the West is just strong like that. Like
Yeah,
it's no denying it. The East, they've been like that. Did they have a few more teams that was rocking? They definitely did, but the East been like that the last couple of years, so it don't surprise me. But everybody know about that Wild Wild West. They fight each other and then figure out who they fight in the East at the end of it.
yeah. Tell me this, like you see the Suns, man, they kind of didn't hit their stride. I mean, even though KD got like the little calf injury, he got to be out for a couple weeks, and that's a downer or whatever. But talk about the Suns, bro. They didn't hit their stride this year. They first out west. I feel like them signing the young fella Jones to the point guard gave them some more stability in the lineup and gave them that because he was one of the highest dudes last couple of years in assist to turnover ratio, taking care of the ball. And I feel like he just being a facilitator and being able to structure that thing. How you see them looking out there?
He's the perfect piece for them. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy that's going to play defense. He's a guy that's going to facilitate. He's going to take a lot of worries off of Booker trying to get KD the ball or KD trying to get Booker the ball or they trying to get Bradley the ball. Love the way Bradley Beal playing. He's letting
Mm-hmm.
Book and KD lead, and when he need to plug in here and there, he plug in. But
Yeah,
defensively, he's stepping up to the plate and playing super D. I
yeah,
love the way they playing. I hate that KD got hurt because him and Jason Tatum been the ones that was kind of sticking out to me starting
yeah.
the season.
Yeah, we got to turn injuries off right now, man. I wish this was like
Turn
2K
them off,
because the
man.
injuries is crazy. It's a
Turn them
lot of
off.
the best players in the league right now is got injuries and out for however long. So everybody give speedy recoveries and get back out there, man, because this injury stuff is whack.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's not really a debate. More games is missed this era than probably any other era from injuries. You would agree?
Yes.
Why is that when there's so much more advanced technology and all this more, better information and better uh methods to go about doing things, speeded up methods to heal things and all of this stuff? Why is it more games being missed?
Uh, this era is just a little different than our era. Like when I watched Michael Jordan play the flu game where he can barely stand up and every time out, Scotty got to carry him to the bench. There's no injury, there's no flu, there's no nothing will get me to not try to play or give an attempt. When I watch Isaiah Thomas, felt like he broke his leg and he was reaching for the ref in the finals and he limped up and down that court and still was getting buckets. There's no way I can sprain my ankle. Like they gonna have to like kick me off the court for me not to even try. I just feel like this era haven't seen guys sacrifice stuff like that because it meant so much to them. They all they know is what they're seeing, and that's why they doing that. Like any little knick-knack
And
there.
and another part of that too, bro, is that you remember we came through, bro. We had JPZ and maybe he had Robbie as like the assistant.
Yeah.
Bro, they got a whole staff now. It's 10, 12 people in there. It's a director of this and that. And like
Yeah.
these people telling, like it's I think it's more suggested than ever too from the training staff and from the people that's on that staff to be like, nah, he need to sit this one out or he need to take this much time off. Like they coming and saying that right away. So like when the player get that information, they kind of in the middle of it. Like, do they gotta listen sometimes, but
Yeah,
sometimes you gotta
but
make your own decision too. But
they were saying that when it was two guys, they were saying that, but we was stepping up. Nah, fuck that. Tape it up. Let me get back out there. Let me see for myself what it looked like. Like I say, when you see your greats, the Isaiah Thomas, the Michael Jordan, the Larry Bird with back injuries, like when you see these guys play and play at the highest level in some of the most biggest games in NBA history with injuries and not giving a fuck about tomorrow, like that game Isaiah played might have fucked up his career to go further. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like they don't give a fuck about tomorrow. It's about winning the championship and doing what I got to do to get on that court right now. Like it might be a curse, it might end some careers, but that's what we do this for. Like we do this for that. Like I don't like I say, it just might be an era thing because they haven't seen the greats do that. Like we came up seeing the greats sacrifice, like like sacrifice it for the championship, and they haven't seen nobody do that.
can't argue that. Let I want to talk about this bust your ass segment. Bust your ass segment of the week right here. This is for who you saw out there over the last week, last couple of days, whatever, where somebody was going crazy. You like, golly, like they going giving somebody the
I
who.
have to give I'm gonna have to give a shout out to Joker and Kyrie Irving.
Ooh,
That game in Denver
yeah.
was one of them ones, and Kyrie and Joker was giving me everything I was looking for. Like, so the bust your ass segment, man, Kyrie and the Joker, man, that game in Denver that they just had that they lost, I think Mavs lost by like 2 or 3 points at the end was definitely a hardwood classic, man. And that's my vote for bust your ass of the week.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be a homer right now. Doing the Magic games, man. Right now, Paolo P5 is down with the oblique injury.
Mhm.
And listen, Franz Wagner and Mo Wagner have been getting busy. When I say busy, I'm talking about busy. First of all, Franz averaging over like 25, 26, and like 5 and 5 over like the last 5 or how many games. And then Mo Wagner, like they the first set of brothers since like the 60s. Two dudes, Johnny and I can't remember their name. I just went over it earlier. But two dudes that played for the Celtics, that was brothers. They the first dudes to lead a team in scoring 3 games in a row, like the brothers. You
Mhm.
feel me? So the brothers Wagner, you know what I'm saying? They out here cooking. They cooking up right now. They you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Franz had to take the lead. He taking full advantage. And we getting busy. So I'm gonna roll with that right there.
Okay.
Give me a shout out, Black. Give me a shout out of the day.
My shout out of the day is to Atlanta Hawks for beating the Celtics full force without Trae Young. And the way they played that game last night, man, everybody knew they was gonna lose, and they came out and fought a good fight. And they happened to
Dyson
win the game,
Daniels.
man.
Dyson Daniels, your young fella we had on the
Yeah.
pre-draft. He got busy in
Yeah,
there.
so
He
shout
been
out to
going
Atlanta
crazy.
Hawks for playing well against the champs. And, it's the in-season tournament, they gave them a loss that they didn't expect.
Truly. All right, man. My shout out of the day is gonna go to the Pippins, man. Scottie Pippen, our OG, and Scottie Pippen Jr. Scottie Pippen Jr. had a triple double the other day, and they became
Yes,
the
sir.
first ever father and son in the history of the league to get a triple-double, man. So, I saw that. I thought that was dope. You know how we feel about
Definitely
Scotty,
was.
Big Pippen. That's our OG. Grew
Yeah.
up on him, and now you see his son out there. By the way, I've been a fan of his son when he was with the Lakers, when he was with the G League, and when he was at Vanderbilt. So I've been riding with him, knowing that he was one of them. And it's good to see getting his chance to get out there and he making the most of it, bro. So shout out to the Pippen family. That's a dope
Big shout
honor.
out to him, man. He doing his thing down there in Memphis. He's fitting right in.
All right, man, that's it, man. You know how we do. We just tapping in. It's about to be real exciting. The NBA Cup done got going, so we going to be back tapping in with y'all next week, talking about the NBA Cup and talking about all other games in between. Me and the Blackest One. Peace out.
Yes, sir.